What's up, everyone? Let's get straight to work. Today, we have the brand new iPhone 17 Pro. This is Apple's current flagship, but as you can see, it's currently unusable due to an activation lock on the latest iOS 26.2. My goal today is to show you exactly how to bypass this restriction and get this device back to a factory-neutral state. Before we touch any software, let's head over to GSMGERMANY.com. This is your primary resource for everything we're doing today. Now, for the iPhone 17 Pro on iOS 26.2, there are two professional paths you can take. First, I want to briefly mention the official server method, also known as the invoice method. If you want a solution that doesn't involve downloading tools or flashing firmwares, this is it. It works in 4 simple stages. Step 1, you perform a deep IMEI check on our site to ensure the iCloud status is clean. Step 2, once confirmed, you generate an official payment receipt through our portal. Step 3, you take that data and the receipt to the official Apple support form. Step 4, you wait a few days and Apple unlocks the device remotely from their end. It's 100% official, works on any iOS version, and is completely hands-off. If you have the patience, I highly recommend this route as it's the most stable way to unlock a device in 2026. However, if you need an instant result today, we are going to use the iRemoval GSMG tool. But there is a vital prerequisite. iOS 26.2 has patched our primary exploits. To make the tool work, we need to perform a strategic rollback. We need to move the phone to a version older than 26.1, which is where our kernel-level exploit remains active. On the GSM Germany website, go to the firmware section. You'll find a catalog of modified gateway firmware specifically optimized for this process. I'm downloading the iPhone 17 Pro custom 26.1 build right now. These firmwares are already prepared to accept the activation patch. Now, let's jump into 3 utools. I'm going to the Smart Flash section, clicking Import and selecting that custom firmware we just grabbed from GSM Germany. Everything is verified, so I'm hitting the Flash button now. While the device is flashing, let's talk about the technical reality of the iPhone 17 Pro. We are dealing with the most advanced security architecture Apple has ever built. The A-series silicon in this device uses a secure enclave that is deeply integrated with the neural engine for real-time system integrity checks. In iOS 26.2, Apple reinforced the kernel patch protection, effectively closing the communication ports that most tools use. By downgrading to this specific 26.1 build, we are essentially stepping back to a version where the security gates are still accessible. This custom firmware from GSM Germany acts as a skeleton key. It's stripped of the previous owner's hardware tokens and prepares the root partition to accept a new spoofed identity. We are performing a deep-level memory injection that convinces the hardware that the activation handshake has already been cleared by a retail server. Without this rollback, the iRemoval GSM Pro tool would simply be blocked by the 26.2 security layer. Now, while we wait for our tool to finish the activation on the iPhone 11, I want to take a few minutes to really pull back the curtain on the server method. A lot of you guys have been asking in the Telegram group if there's a way to unlock these devices without using any third-party software at all, and the answer is absolutely. In 2026, the server method is considered the holy grail of unlocking because it results in a factory-clean status directly on Apple's own activation servers. It essentially whitelists the device globally. But you can't just send a random email to Apple. You need a strategic approach, and that starts at GSM Germany. The first and most critical step is the deep IMEI check. This isn't your standard free check. We use a specialized service that taps into the GSX Global Service Exchange database. What we are looking for is the sold to info and the initial activation date. Why is this important? Because Apple's support team uses a process called database reconciliation. When you submit a request, they compare your information against the original sales record. If you say the phone was bought at Best Buy in 2022, but the GSX record shows it was sold at an Apple store in London in 2021, your request will be rejected instantly. This is where the GSM Germany invoice generator comes into play. Once we have those specific GSX details, the exact vendor name, the original purchase date, and the device's technical specs, the system can generate a professional, high-fidelity proof of purchase. This document is designed to match the specific layout and requirements that Apple's AI filters and human technicians look for during the validation process. Once you have your generated receipt, you head over to the official al.support.apple.com portal. You'll be asked to provide an email and the IMEI. After you verify your identity via email, you reach the submission form. This is where you upload the invoice you got from GSM Germany. When you hit submit, you aren't just sending an email, you're opening a support ticket in Apple's internal system. Usually, within 24 to 72 hours, you'll receive a message that simply says the activation lock has been removed from your device. At that point, you don't even need a tool. You just restart the phone, connect to Wi-Fi, and it activates like a brand new device. That is the power of the 2026 GSM method. The flash is now complete. Our iPhone 17 Pro has successfully rolled back. Let's open the iRemoval GSMG Pro tool. Notice the device info immediately. It correctly identifies the iPhone 17 Pro and shows we are now on iOS 26.1. This is the green light we need. Because we are on this version, the exploit is active and ready. I'm clicking the Activate button now. During this final phase, the tool is performing what we call a baseband handshake reconstruction. It is rebuilding the encrypted communication path between your SIM card and the cellular towers. Most bypasses fail here because they can't handle the complex tokens required for 5G. But because we are using the official GSM Germany infrastructure, the cellular radio will be fully functional. And there it is, successfully activated. The iPhone 17 Pro is rebooting now. Let's walk through the initial setup. And look at that, no locked to owner screen. We are straight into the home menu. Let's do the final verification. I'm going into settings and logging in with a brand new iCloud account. It accepts the ID perfectly. Face ID is active, we have a full 5G signal, and the device is 100% factory clean. This is the power of the 2026 GSMG strategy. If this tutorial saved your flagship, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. For the firmware downloads or to start your official server unlock, visit gsmgermany.com. All the links and our Telegram community are in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.